Now, Elon Musk is bathing the world in electromagnetic pollution from space, low orbit satellites. And given that the human body has a very fundamental electrical component, I mean, the brain is processing information electrically. It's communicating with the cells and the cells with the brain electrically. And we have an electromagnetic field that's called the auric field, which is fundamental to the body and the balance of the body and the information that basically is the body. And so if that electromagnetic field comes into contact with disruptive, distorting electromagnetic fields, i.e. technologically generated, then the effect on health can be enormous. And so this is what is coming from space, thanks to Elon Musk and from these towers. And basically, we're talking about disharmony, disease in the electromagnetic field of the human, which then plays out in what we call physical illness. So now we have this video by Dr. Tess Lawrie, and she's a researcher and health advocate. And what she's doing here is revealing the electromagnetic consequences of driving or sitting even as a passenger in a Tesla electric car.
Hi everyone. So, we've taken a number of Ubers driving around Austin to get from place to place, and we've been measuring the radiation or Wi-Fi in the cars and the vehicles. And today we're in a Tesla, so we're going to see what it looks like in this Tesla vehicle, which is an electric vehicle. This is in the back seat. It's measuring on the screen. Where it flashes, it means that it's beyond, let's just turn it down a bit. It's beyond what can actually be measured. Obviously, it means it's probably 10 times higher. If it flashes faster, it's probably 100 times higher than what is normal, what you should possibly be in. And usually that means you've got to get out of the danger as fast as possible, because you don't want to be surrounded by a lot of radiation. So I'm going to move this a little bit closer to the front of the car, which is where there might be more radiation. What we've noticed is the strongest radiation is actually near where the driver is. So Nick, if you could just follow the it's gone up to 280 and we haven't even made it to the front seat. So, it's really extraordinary. 218,000 and 391,000 microwatts per meter squared, and it's flashing extreme. So,
just explain what that does to the body.
Well, 10 microwatts per meter squared is the average that beyond which you get DNA breaks. And obviously, one's body is used to being able to repair DNA breaks because we are exposed to radiation from the sun and so on. But at such extreme levels, if you're actually exposed to this every day for long periods of time, especially if you imagine, Uber drivers and so on, they're exposed to this radiation all day long. This definitely will impact, it'll put a real stress on your body, and we know what stress does. It causes inflammation and ultimately disease when it's just too much that the body can cope with. So, this has been a real eye-opener.
Imagine if you're driving regularly in a Tesla or any other electric car, if it's the same, with that level of electromagnetic field impacting upon you. And, over the years, you've had these groups of people around, say, a nuclear power station who, or power lines going over their house or near their house, who have had these groups of cancers, often rare cancers that you wouldn't expect. And you get the official response from the medical profession and the science profession. There is no evidence that there's a connection. Well, hold on a second. Just a goddamn minute. These people are under power lines. You know, when you go through power lines, your radio can crackle. It's because of the electromagnetic impact. These power lines are giving off vast and projecting vast electromagnetic fields. Just like the towers, the 5G towers, and the satellites. And so it's disrupting the electromagnetic field of the body, which plays out as disease, disharmony, illness, cancer. And because they don't look at the electromagnetic level of impact, they say there's no evidence that, oh yeah, okay. And this is what they've done. But by controlling science and creating a myopia on how it sees the world and reality, there's so many things that can be easily explained as cause and effects that they won't even go there because they won't even accept they exist. And can you imagine driving all day in that Tesla with that level of radiation? Was sent an email this week from a newspaper group. I wasn't meant to be sent it, but I was. And it's describing something that's very sinister. You know, we've got this organization in Britain called Ofcom, Office of Communications. It's the government censor, basically. And they are overseeing this online safety bill where they're seeking to censor the internet on the basis of whether it's a danger to people and misinformation and all that, you know, censorship, stop the system being exposed. And what this email is doing is telling moderators on this newspaper group's website that if in the comment columns people post links to an external site or something or story, if it's misinformation, and they decide what that is, of course, or it's a danger to people in the opinion of the moderators, then they delete it. So it's another form of censorship and preventing information outside of the system getting out. So this is what it says. Good morning. Recently, we've had examples of outbound links being posted into our comments section being flagged for moderation due to upsetting or misleading content. In some cases, URLs have been innocuous or seemed innocuous, but have directed to divisive alternative platforms, forums, or unverified news sources, and these have been flagged by moderators, by our users, warning moderators of the dangers. So you can see immediately the potential for censoring things that are outside the official narrative. As we cannot be expected to review and verify content on other platforms for accuracy or appropriateness, we are updating our moderation settings so that all comments that contain links will be flagged for human review by default. Moderators will be able to post links to our own platforms and allow posts they believe to be safe. Our in-article commenting platform is intended for on-topic debate from our community. We have a responsibility as publishers to ensure our platform is not used to spread misinformation. No, your newspapers are doing that without any help. Hate speech, or to direct users of our platform to adult or upsetting content. While this policy may result in safe or legitimate links being sent for moderation, this is preferable to our readers being directed to harmful content inadvertently, because they're all children. They're not adults who can make their own minds up. Local admins can choose to review links or alternatively ignore all outbound links as a local policy. So this is the insidious censorship creeping in even to comment columns on articles, and let no one think that that newspaper group involved with this email is the only one going down the same road.